Hello everybody and welcome to the show. We are here with some North American action for the first, American Cup. Host today, myself, Zoot, and of course, your lovely DDK.
Yeah, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, exactly. This is cool though. We get to give the American community some Quake action, get them in on the tournaments, and of course tomorrow as well, we have the Legends Cup, replacing the normal Sunday Cup, and it's going to be a lot longer as well.
Yeah,
so
the entire day, just Quake. And we do want to apologize just for being a little bit late. We are sorting things out, getting things ready for tomorrow, and you can check out these nice sexy banners behind us. Damn, that looks pretty fine.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I hope you guys have been checking out the in-game banners and stuff that have been set up, advertising Legends Cup and so on. But I think we should start talking about what we're doing now, what we're doing today. Yeah. It is Saturday. It's the first American, or the US kind of cup that we're going to be doing. Yeah. And I hope you guys are ready. We've got, I think it was around 50 signups. Yeah,
50, 51, something like that.
And some notable signups: 04, Chaotix.
Rafa.
Oh, did Rafa? Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we've got some good players to look forward to, representing the US scene. And of course, I saw in the comments a lot of people were talking about how, it may be that the stuff is more inactive in the US, but when you watch the American players, they have a much different style than Europeans, so it's going to be really cool to check that out.
Do you think we can point out all of it so we can work it out? I think it's going to be a learning experience for me as well, because I know the top names in the American scene, but we're going to see some interesting mid-level players, hopefully. So we've left a couple of players waiting quite a long time, so maybe we should give them the word that we're ready.
Yeah, let's get this underway. Let's get going.
One of these players is going to be Apparition, who I feel like I maybe should feel bad for not knowing enough, but there seems to be quite a lot of hype about him. I've read some positive comments, so I'm looking positively towards him. And Zen Crypt is going to be his opponent here in the first round of the FACEIT Saturday Cup. That sounds so strange to feels so strange to say that.
Yeah. So did we notify them of our ready state?
Yeah, I think we can do in just a second, and we will be ready.
So it looks like it's going to be Blood Run. Apparition versus Zen Crypt, I gotta say. Yeah. Okay, we're getting underway. So, Apparition and Zen Crypt, the first game of, that we're going to cover of the Saturday FACEIT American Cup. Here we go. Take it away, Zoop.
Right, so we are going to start with Zen Crypt here, starting on the rocket launcher, down to Mega and Yellow very quickly. So he's got himself a good couple of weapons. All the items being hoovered up on the map very quickly. And it'll be interesting to see where the first combat is going to be. Red armor still not up for a little bit. I think maybe Apparition delayed it a tiny amount.
Yeah, but we do have the red spawning, and there's this little conflict going down at the Mega, although they're going to kind of forfeit any positioning on the red. I'm not sure why they're both hanging around this area, but there's the red. It's going to go to Apparition, as he was better on the positioning, but he drops down, goes for the engagement with that shot. He even gets position on the Mega and the frag as well, so he's going to have pretty much everything right now, and it's not a good start at all for Zen Crypt.
A little bit sloppy there. He had the lightning gun out, and he let Apparition drop on him, and he did not punish him. I mean, he really should have felt so much damage. I think Apparition got away quite easily there, but he is in time for red, and a really nice rail. 2-0 already. And we are at a best of one stage, so it really is this map that counts for these players.
That was a very smooth little frag there, just going overhead and doing the little flick back with that rail. Looks very smooth, very nice from Apparition there. It looks like he, going into the first minute of the game, it almost seems like it's he should be a clear favorite in how he's playing. Another nice rail as he defends that Mega, and now Zen Crypt's going to find himself in such problems because what armor can he get? Maybe a yellow. I mean, Apparition is guaranteed this red armor unless he does something crazy, and Zen Crypt has not much to work with, and with another yellow up. Here's another engagement as Zen Crypt tried to work his way into the Mega, but a nice little flick rail to finish him off. And there you go. It's not looking good at all for Zen Crypt.
Yeah, really smooth stuff there from Apparition. Here's the LG fight. Zen Crypt looks like he's dropped. He goes for the flick, doesn't manage to make it, but the pummel instead. Why not?
Good stuff.
That's got to be a little bit depressing, off the spawn, grenade to rail.
Don't see that often. Oh, and a nice little flicker. Okay, you can see why people have started to be, talking about Apparition. He's got some moves that he's displaying. I wonder what else he's got up his sleeve to show us. But 6-0 in 2 minutes, it's not the best ever. I'm not sure what to say about it. I don't think it's time to go Russian just yet so early on, as you know.
I think Zencrypt, he's just going to have to slow his game down a little bit, get the yellows. I mean, he might have to take a couple of minutes really to time out and get himself up to 100, 100, or at least like more, maybe even 100, 200, if possible, off those yellows. But Apparition, with all the items coming up, he's going to have his presence all over the map if he wants to stop Zen from getting any item.
And really, Apparition, you know, he's just doing the standard thing, just running all the items and hitting the shots, you know, as he sees Zencrypt, and Zencrypt's just not able to get them in the proper reads, be able to escape that damage, because there's that window of time where he needs to try and stack up to try and contest for like some kind of item, or even make a trap or something. And you know, to make an ambush, you can maybe get a bit of damage, but if you actually want to try and get the kill or get a good position on the items, then you're going to need something to work with, and Zencrypt hasn't been able to do that yet because Apparition's been pretty on top of him. And there we go, dropping down again onto Zencrypt with a rocket and a rail, and again Zencrypt without much health or armor, and even just blowing himself up against Apparition. That's his choice of kill method right there.
Yeah, he just needed his presence, and that was it. Apparition is currently rocking over 50% LG, and I think his rail accuracy is going to be, well, 72, come on. Now, that's showing off.
That is pretty
almost
good.
Like Cypher, like
yeah, Cypher from last Sunday, and a nice little air rocket. This is just him recording his frag movie right now, I think.
Oh, it is. I think we're basically publishing it in a VOD afterwards.
Yeah,
the whole Blood Run game.
Indeed, and I've said it before. Like, the game feels so like it's been going on for such a short time. Because you already know the kind of ending to the story. It's not something that's going to be enveloping as we move on in time. Apparition clearly showing a lot more skill than Zencrypt right now on just hitting these nice shots. I mean, not really missing a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it does just make it hard. I mean, no matter what level you're, if you're playing against someone who's hitting these kind of accuracies, who's just landing everything they need when they're really on fire, then it's difficult for even the best of players. Zencrypt here, I mean, I don't know why he was there. There's no Mega up for ages. He really needs to sort out his timing on the items. Hopefully for him, though, he can get himself off the negatives. And, at least back to 0.
That would be a plus for sure. And, one quick thing to note, the map pool is the same in the Saturday US Cup here at FACEIT.
Yeah,
and so we should be hopefully seeing, some good games on maps like Silence, Hectic, Lost World, Blood Run, as we're on now.
Yeah, and we don't usually start with Blood Run, but I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, it's going to be in the map pool tomorrow, so you guys can look forward to that. Apparition there, he's actually not hitting his shots once. I think he missed 3 rails in a row. This is rare stuff, and there we go. He does make it up a little bit, but taking damage. He's lacking armor. He even drops down. If that rail hit, he would have cratered.
Yeah, and actually, nice little combo there, grenade to rail, as Zencrypt finally gets some Mega, but instantly there's pretty much like 150 damage from full-out rails again. I mean, it's almost hard to comment on Apparition's railing because he's making so much damage. All these fantastic shots just seem so normal. It's lost the novelty. There's a nice shot at this point because he just hits them in such frequency. But I mean, it's quite interesting to note that the Americans picking Blood Run first is maps like Blood Run Lost World are going to be maybe more popular here because in Europe right now I think it's fair to say that even though Blood Run of course is a classic and everyone loves it and everyone plays it to death, I think that some of the faster paced maps like Hectic and Toxicity, and even Airwalk and so on, those are actually getting more playtime, I feel, and even Silence to some extent.
Hey, here we go. Zencrypt off of the negative, so that'll make him feel a little bit better. Now rushing down onto Apparition, he's got the rail, almost more dangerous with the grenades. But maybe this is an opportunity now for Zen to really start getting himself on the board and give us a good finish to this map.
Indeed, another 3 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Can Zencrypt pull anything together? He does have at least 100 armor right now. If he could hit some shots onto Apparition, show Apparition that he's got a thing or two coming himself, then maybe that'll be a bit of a boost for Zencrypt and we'll see a spree. But he's just walking into pretty much all of the Apparition shots right now, and Apparition's just playing it well. I mean, he's just playing a standard ZTN duel, take all the items and deal the damage in the right spots, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, so the Red and Mega are going to be up at the same time. Zen going to try and get himself onto one of them. He just runs past Apparition just then. It didn't really manage to deal any damage. There's a stray rail really hurting Zen, and he's just, he got one kill, but Apparition does not want to let him get any more. The plasma, he's trying to finish it, but there's the rail. 14-0, very, very strong stuff here from Apparition.
Indeed, indeed. And did you know there's like even some Europeans who signed up into this?
Oh, right.
I wonder if we're going to see some hyping action.
Oh yeah, it's going to remind me of Pavel and
yeah,
what he loves to do sometimes.
Yeah, Pavel on 100 ping is like scary stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. Apparition lurking at the bottom, just waiting to hear those sound cues. Swincrypt just running at him, taking a rail. I think he maybe dealt half a plasma ball of damage there. Very little, and Apparition, because it's just going to dive down here. The Mega is up, but he's looking for the shots instead. I think, like, apart from the obvious combat differences, Zencrypt's main weakness here has been really his timing and his timing of the items. He hasn't really been at the right place at the right time. And since he hasn't had time, he's not really been able to position himself to do the correct damage.
Yeah, and he always, it seems to be getting into the wrong spots, like committing too far maybe into one area, and then like, the only way to escape if your enemy appears is by taking damage, because it takes a while to get out of that spot, and that's happened quite a few times. Nice little rocket jump there. Wow, Zencrypt actually connecting with a nice little air rocket there. Which is pretty cool, but Apparition, he's just so dominant right now.
He's still keeping. He wants that 50% LG. He's not going to use his LG for the rest of the game because he just wants to keep that even number.
He shot so it's still 50%. Wow.
Oh, okay. That's all right then. He's fine. We don't have to hate him anymore.
Okay, Apparition. So he's a guy to watch out for. Is he going to be able to make the finals versus maybe Rafa or 0-4 or Chaotix? It's great to see Chaotix again. Chaotix and a very old school player, like 0-4. Never, of course, was he on the level, in the old days of 0-4, but he was always very, very good. One of the strongest American players. You see him at all the events, all the QuakeCons, a lot of international events, and he was a great player to watch. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what his shape is like. I'm not super familiar with the American scene, so I don't know how much he's been playing or how little he's been playing in the recent months and years. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing Chaotix. Because of course, if you think about it, like Evil, who now is like some superstar, amazing, awesome Quake jeweler ever, is like.
Oh, he's even trying the Waz jump. What the hell?
I mean, Evil's like he was an old school guy. Like he was around back 2000, early 2000 and stuff like that. And then he came back in Quake Live, and he's like, you know what, guys, I'm freaking amazing at this.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it'd be cool if Chaotix America could have like a similar storyline. That'd be pretty cool. So, but there you go, Apparition taking that map, that blood run versus his opponent quite convincingly, to say the least.
61 rail. Can he do that against someone closer to his level, though, is the big question.
Yep, that's it. I mean, that's what was really cool about Cypher the other Sunday, where he's hitting like 80% rail. I mean, anyone can hit like 80% rail against bots or something, or against players who don't, have poor dodging or like are very predictable. But Cypher's doing it against consistently against really good players, and that's not easy at all to do consistently, like throughout multiple maps, let alone keep it up throughout one map. So
exactly. Guys, we are going to take a quick ad break, and we will be right back with you with the next game, so do stick around.